This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Thursday, the 12th of December. I'm Michael Groff. Dry conditions, temperatures to remain above average for the most part over the next several days. Question is, will we eventually start to see this weather pattern change? I mean, we know it's going to happen sooner or later. Will it happen before Christmas, New Year's, Easter? Well, we'll talk about that and everything else as we dive on in. First, here's that almanac from yesterday. 71 degrees, the afternoon high, 43 the morning low. 66 and 45 are the averages for this time of year. Outside now at 11:15 a.m., some high clouds around. And we're sitting at 66 degrees at Sky Harbor, but it is just incredibly dry. Look at that dew point, -6, relative humidity 5%. And to see this kind of prolonged, very dry weather, especially at the surface with these below zero dew points, single-digit humidity levels in the month of December, you just don't see that too often. The winds are light, the barometer's steady, and this kind of goes back to a discussion we had the other day about the lowest ever recorded dew point in Phoenix. We've had dew points down to about -14 the other day, but actually, those values have been lower historically. If you go back to November 28th, 1976, Phoenix recorded a dew point of 23 degrees below zero. Man, that was a cold and very dry day. Those northeasterly winds down at the surface level really bringing that dry air off the rim and into the lower deserts. Wow. All right, not quite that dry, but still, with easterly winds around here, we have seen some very dry conditions, and those are going to continue at the surface. Despite those high clouds, that's moisture way up at 20, 25, 30,000 feet, and none of that is making its way down here. All right, looking at temperatures across the area right now. We're mostly in the 60s across the metro and the surrounding areas. Satellite picture shows mid and high-level clouds, mostly high-level clouds here across Arizona. And again, that's moisture way up above the surface. None of that's really going to amount to anything. And then, in fact, these clouds are moving on out of here. We do have a trough off to the north and west of us. And that, for the most part, is going to pass by harmlessly to the north, but it will drag down slightly cooler temperatures in here for tomorrow. But other than that, the main storm track does remain to the north of Arizona for the foreseeable future. Convective outlook for today. And again, I guarantee you we are showing you a different map every single day with these watch warning maps and all these other graphics. They are just identical. The weather pattern, not just here in the west, but generally speaking, hasn't changed much. Still the air stagnation over parts of Oregon, Idaho, some freezing fog up there. Still some lake effect snow for the northeast. And look at those blizzard warnings up north of the Brooks Range across far northern Alaska. Barrow, Dead Horse, some blowing snow, very chilly temperatures. Of course, it's December, so single digits and some below zero values up there. Ooh, boy. Not the most pleasant place to be. And of course, it's dark. The sun is continuously below the horizon for places like Dead Horse and Barrow, Alaska this time of year. Convective outlook for today. No organized severe weather across the nation. There could be a little thunder snow again over parts of the Great Lakes. And, no thunder snow, no thunder, no snow, no nothing here in Arizona. The precipitation outlook valid through Thursday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing statewide, nothing region-wide, not much to be had. As again, we're just dry as a bone. Why? When will it change? Well, we'll talk about that as we get to the models, take a look at things. This is the GFS, the 12Z run, and it's valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. There's a trough off to the north and west of us. And again, those high clouds coming through, what it means down at the surface for the rest of the day. Today, partly cloudy, high temperatures, low to mid-70s. Very, very dry air at the surface. You can probably hear it in my throat. Getting choked up even talking about it. For tonight, partly cloudy, overnight lows. A little bit cooler. We'll have less cloudiness around. Still a few clouds, though, upper 30s to mid-40s for the most part. And then tomorrow, sunny, slightly cooler, high temperatures, mid to upper 60s. This is probably the coolest weather, the coolest temperatures we'll have through the forecast period. Because for Friday night, Saturday morning, we'll start the day out on Saturday, probably in the mid-30s to mid-40s, high temperatures, again, upper 60s and low 70s, near 70 on Sunday with partly sunny sky. Again, some high clouds will drift by, but again, we expect humidity levels to remain abnormally low here. across Arizona. Going into next week, not much change. This is Monday. High temperatures again, somewhere in the low 70s, low to mid 70s Tuesday, Wednesday. All the while, a few passing clouds, but other than that, no real sensible weather, and we'll continue with some very dry air. I think dew points may come up a little bit, but still, the surface level will remain extremely dry. That means very dry soil moisture. That means these drought conditions are going to worsen rather quickly, and they're already pretty bad here across Arizona. All right, going out to a week from today. This is Thursday, the 19th. Again, big ridge here across the west. And so what this is going to amount to is cool nights and somewhat mild days. Probably we'll see overnight lows maybe a little bit below average, but afternoon highs above average. Strong diurnal difference in temperature thanks to very dry air. And so despite the fact that heights are above average, that's probably what we'll see here for the most part. And again, what you've been seeing recently is what will likely continue in a pattern like this. A high amplitude blocked pattern over much of North America. Look at that big upper low that's out there over the Northeast Pacific, and a big low over the eastern part of North America, specifically the Northeast and the Great Lakes. And again, the cool weather will be surging south for the eastern half of the country, but not here. All right, going out 10 days. This is Saturday the 21st. And again, it's the same old story. Got an impressive upper low and trough there for the east, and below average temperatures down that way. For us, though, again, it's the same story. Very cool nights and very mild days, with high temperatures probably still in the low to mid 70s if this is right, lows in the 30s and 40s for us here in the deserts. And no precipitation in a setup like that. All right, let's take a look at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 26th of the month. And this is off the GFS ensemble. You can pretty much forget it. There's only a few members that show any precipitation. The European ensemble is the same story. Basically no measurable rain to speak of over the next 2 weeks. We don't see any major signs of a pattern change. If anything, the pattern will become more amplified. We will see some cool air kind of, overnights because, again, of the very dry conditions, but that's going to be about it. And temperatures off the national blend of models, again, for the most part, highs remaining above average. Typically this time of year, the average high in Phoenix about 65 or 66 degrees. Average lows are in the mid 40s. And, well, this shows highs up in the low, maybe mid 70s, overnight lows. Again, in the mid city, maybe in the mid 40s. But I think most spots, especially because of this dry air, many spots around the valley will be in the 30s on any given morning. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube and make those monetary contributions to us. Or you can donate directly via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her blogs, videos, everything Michelle related and also Adriana related. Linked up down in the description of this video. Also, you can check out something that's Michelle and Mike related. It's our streaming station. It's available 24/7, 365. What is it? Well, it's called KMGX. We play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun with that. There's a lot of variety, which, of course, I am told is the spice of life. I kind of always assumed it was. So with that in mind, let's do what we always do and check out what's going on over on KMGX because we should. and we'll see what's going on over there. And again, we can only give you a very small snippet because, we don't want to get demonetized. So let's see what's going on in KMGX right now. All right. I think we all know what song that actually was. This time, we don't actually have to guess. But if you have a guess, go ahead and submit it now. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. That one was too easy. And again, we don't, there's nothing planned about that. I just press play for like half a second and just play whatever's on there. It could have been a sweeper that was playing. And, who knows? All right. So thank you so much for watching, all of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe. And you guys have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Thursday.